Hey everyone, we are back with our Blackmail Spam Val up against Argus. Another identity that's really dangerous to multi-access against. Our opening hand has no money at all. It does have Obelisk and it does have Rebirth, which is interesting. Could hit up Eddie Kim. Two same old things as well. It's tempting, but I think we throw it back. This could work out well for us. Plenty of money. And 2 daily casts, so that's pretty good for us. So they do indeed get the hedge fund off. Will they double ice? No. So let's draw one and try and keep up in money somewhat. So this, and this. We don't get too aggressive too early. And we really want to just find our combo pieces as soon as we can. Now Blackmail is nice to have, and we have the Deja Vu as well. So now it's a case of find Obelisk and find our interfaces. Hopefully we can get a trope early enough as well. Get that ticking over. Infiltration could work as well. Do we need the scrubber? That's the question. It's always useful. But in this matchup I think I'm just going to go for take 2. Now in this matchup as well, it's also dangerous to use I've had worse, which means we are drawing the hard way. Fast track. So they're feeling confident. Let's see what they're looking for. Government takeover. Wow. So it is a very dangerous game now. But the question is, how do they score that out? Or how do we stay alive, really, is the question. And that is exactly it. So Plascrete and the I've Had Worse will keep us safe. And we're also getting plenty of money. So next turn we will have 6 more credits, bringing us up to 13. We have this. We can blackmail if something is getting too serious. And now that we know they have it in hand, we're looking for our HQ interface, really. Consulting visit. So we're going to get... Is this going to be the trace and bounce or trash this? If so, at least they're spending money into it. Oh. Were they looking for hard-hitting news or something like that? Right. So they could just start advancing here. Atlas we're not too concerned about because, again, no tokens. Our new interface is good. Mimic, hopefully not that useful, but maybe we put it down anyway. Or we get rid of Scrubber. We have Rebirth, we have another Scrubber to come. Mimic is possibly more useful depending on what else we see. So the R&D interface isn't the one we want when we've seen government take over to hand. So we'll draw up instead. Faust could work out okay. David could also be good. We kind of have to install both because I want to keep everything else that I have. And they're going for it. So we kind of have to blackmail here. If it's Ghost Branch, it's 3 tags. 6 damage, we have enough to survive it. They'd have to win 2 traces, or they can try and mid-seasons us. And I think we have to go for the blackmail here and see what we're dealing with. If it's brain damage or something like that, it's going to be really sore, because our hand is really good. Vanity project. Good to know. And we will take the 1 tag. Let's draw. And there's a second I've had worse. So that should keep us alive. And now it is about finding the government takeover, or a couple of more agendas, of course. So there's Punitive, as we expected, but they're going to have to spend a fair amount into this. So it's 7. We can afford that. And now we know we have to go for 80 Kim as well. So it is going to make us poor. But 2 I've had worse in hand as well, so we should be okay. It'll be disappointing to lose the blackmail and the deja vu, but we can bounce back. And there's the second punitive. So we're not going to be able to fight this, but 4 damage isn't too bad for us. Hopefully blackmail is the one that it misses. And they have way overpaid into this. So we are taking damage. And we won't prevent any of the 4. We unfortunately do lose the blackmail. But we keep 1 I've had worse. So, not a disaster. Also, we keep same old things, which is very important. And yeah, they're in a rough spot now because they managed, or they failed to kill us. And that is what this Argus deck is all about. But I'm sure they will fight, so get the hostile off. That will help them. Slums, not that exciting, I don't think. Inject could be useful, because we are looking for... We're pretty much looking for resources and events at this stage. So I think next turn we inject and see how we get on. Now it looks like they're going to try and goad us quite a lot with things, but if they're not over-advancing atlases, it's not too bad. If they're trying to score out a government takeover, they have to do it the very long and hard way. And also we are, as soon as we snipe it, that is it for us. So unfortunately we lose Trope, which is the one I would have liked to keep. We have a lot of cards here. We could run HQ. Trash. There's 3 cards we can trash, so let's take a look. I know we're only getting a single access here, but it might work out. It's 1 and 4. So we'll trash. Trash. And trash. So, do we get lucky? No. Christian Grid. Doesn't affect us in any way. Draw. There's a trope. Let's put it down. I don't think they can kill us just yet. So we'll start ticking this up to get back our blackmails and other recursion. That's not nice. I want to get rid of that. And now I wish I had Salside Slums. Sea Source comes in. So they have plenty of ways to try and kill us. But again, they're going to have to spend an awful lot into this, and it leaves them without much of a follow-up. Strength 7, yep, that's going to hit. So they can afford to either scorch us once, or trash both of our same old things. But if they try and scorch us... Oh! Yes, that is a good play. Right. And now we have to worry about a couple more of those. So I suppose we can, same old thing, blackmail in here. We can trash this and remove tag. I don't love it, especially without Obelus, but we may have to hurry a bit. Although the problem is we know this is where the big agenda is. And if we snipe it, we win. So I think I've had worse. Let's run HQ. We can trash, and trash. Deja vu, I think. Again, a 1 of 4. Would prefer to have other cards. Actually, we can just let them trace. We'll break one subroutine. And then let them fire the end the run trace. So it is going to be 2, which is free for us. And 1 and 4. Just a hive. Well, that's useless to them at the moment, which is fine by me. Let's pop this and remove the tag because we have to. This will have to go next turn because don't want them to have too much money. Now they've also trashed a card, so maybe we should be taking a look at archives. So we can draw, run. No, we need to run first click. And then we can same old thing blackmail if we want, or deja vu blackmail. Okay. We don't want them to have an atlas, so we may need to just fire this off really. Jackson. Okay. And we'll go trash the bankers. And then run and hit up the bankers for free, and at least Jackson's off the board now as well. So because of the trope, we can be a bit more free and easy with the blackmails. But we really need to be looking for the Obelus very, very soon. Because that's how this deck really, really ticks over. Is just getting those free accesses, getting the R&D interface, or the HQ interface in some cases, and blitzing through. So they're not pressurizing us here, which means now we look for it. And we find it. So we can stick this down, same old thing, blackmail. But we do got to watch out for money as well. Oh dear. That's okay. We can live with them at 5. Probably should have drawn 1 as well. Because if we can find the HQ interface, we might be in a better spot. So, same old thing, blackmail into R&D. Gets us 2 cards and 2 accesses. And they might think that then they're safe. Trope ticking up nicely anyway, so that'll be money and blackmails and recursion of blackmails basically. See, Cobra. Consulting visit, okay, so nothing too useful for us. And this is why you draw first. We can draw again, or we can get the Liberated started. We can Deja Vu for blackmail. Because we've used 2 already. So let's get this back to make them think twice about going for a score. Or at least showcasing that we have something. Yes, they might install something into the remote just to force it out. But we'll keep them honest. And again, as I say, we have plenty of recursion. They're going for it, okay. Well, we do have to use it because this could be the agenda, or could be an agenda at least. A snare would be quite annoying, quite sore, but I think we've seen enough that it shouldn't be. Get another vanity. So, if we put this down, we're at 3, 7. No, we're better off just remove and tag, take 2 money. They may have us here. They may have us. We know they have a consulting visit anyway, but they didn't know about that. So, can they get us? In which case, they'll have done very well and played it really nicely. Consulting visit. So that'll be 2 clicks for punitive. Okay. Gonna lose the RDI and the Deja Vu. But at least they're not tagging us and swapping it, because that would crush us. Trace 9. How important are these cards? We have another interface to come. Liberate would be nice to keep, but then again, we can just keep our money here. And it means that they can't do something. What else could they do here? I think we let it hit. At least then we have the economic advantage. So we get another RDI. We get an inject as well. So now we can use that to find the last blackmail. No sign yet. Suppose we inject again. Paperclip went to the bin, which is fine by us. Find another Plascrete. HQ interface. And yeah, things are looking better now for us. So we can use these two cards to money up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I suppose keep infiltration. Could send back our various bits and pieces now. Just blackmail, blackmail. Gamble, maybe an inject or two. RDI. Hang on. So 1, 2, 3. There's another 1, 4. Yeah, I think we can afford to send it back and keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Get rid of Scrubber and get rid of Obelus. So now a draw should get us something good. Should have shuffled back the Deja Vu, is what I'm thinking. That was silly. So there's that, and we can go for this and also this. They're going for it. So if this is a 2-pointer, we have to go for it, basically. It wins either of us the game. Question is, do we want to use the same old thing on it? We could, of course, infiltrate it, and if it's nothing good, we could same old thing on R&D, maybe? Although HQ, we've seen that good thing. So let's see. Just Chrysium. Same old thing, blackmail into R&D. Draws us 3 cards and sees 3 cards as well. So I think that's what we go for. Oh, of course, no, we can't use that because we recycled all of our blackmails. Dope. So instead we're drawing for blackmail. There it is. Let's draw one more. Retriever one, which is probably no good to us. And I suppose draw one more again. So, we drew things slightly out of order, but we do have blackmail, thankfully. Which means we can blackmail R&D, and we can same old thing blackmail HQ if we want, or same old thing blackmail here. So let's try it on R&D first, I think, just because it draws us a lot of cards. And we only need to find like a Project Atlas or something like that. Finding the third hostile would be a bit of a kick in the teeth. Unfortunately, we do have to same old thing blackmail this if this run whiffs. Unless we're feeling confident in a 2 and 5 pick, which might not be too bad. This could be just a Jackson, which we might actually see here and now with this run, because we're going to see 3. They're going to want to have to, or they're going to have to dilute things a little bit. And shuffling back like C-source exchange of information wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we do end up missing here. Because you definitely have the money to punish us for this. Okay, so we're back in action. I was determined to wait this one out. We need to see how this concludes. So, access 3, draw 3. Wormhole, fast track, enigma. That's not what we wanted to see. At least we can get down another same old thing. But I think here we need to go same old thing. This. And see what we're dealing with. Last clicks we can get these ones, or last click rather, we can get this one installed. Or remove a tag, or if necessary, as in if they've gone hostile takeover. But if we don't win here, we could end up losing with a C-source exchange of information, which would crush us. So, did they get us? Oh, we got there. Phew. So we kind of had to run wherever they were installing stuff. But yeah, it was a fun game. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. I would definitely recommend giving this deck a whirl, especially if things have slowed down at all in your meta.